We're in Denison in eastern Ohio. We're going to visit the railroad depot here, which has been a museum for some years. This was a busy railroad line at one time. It's just a freight route now, so there's no more passenger service. That's been gone for 40 plus years. The Railroad Depot Museum here is doing wonderful things, and I think we're going to have a really interesting visit today at the Denison Depot Railroad Museum. Hi, Wendy.
Hey, Jeff. Good to see you.
Good
Welcome.
to see you. It's been a long time.
It
Thank
has
you.
been.
Well, here I am in Denison. I've known about the museum for a long time, but I don't know all of the history. Let's start with the railroad. What railroad are we along?
Well, right now you're on the Genesee and Wyoming Ohio Central Railroad property, but if we go back in time, we're going back as earlier than the Pennsylvania Railroad.
So it goes back well into the 19th century.
That's right.
And was this a major route?
This was a major route. This is the most direct route from New York to St. Louis, the water stop between Pittsburgh and Columbus, and during World War II was part of the National Defense Railway route. So we always like to tell people, if you're wondering where in the world you are exactly halfway between Pittsburgh and Columbus. And there's a reason a steam engine can only go 100 miles before it needed coal and water. It was gonna stop here. There was no town here. It grew up all around it and created some of the most extensive and complete railroad shops in the 1900s.
Denison Depot was known as a canteen during World War II. What was a canteen and what did it do?
Well, during the war, the largest mobilization our country had seen right after Pearl Harbor, there was a military problem. Most troop trains had 500 to 700 people in them. To be successful, you have to have happy, well-fed, good morale with your soldiers. So the question for the military is, how are they going to feed them during transport? These soldiers have no money. If you used every dining car, you couldn't feed them. If you stopped to feed them along the way, you would ruin the schedules. Volunteers on the home front came up with the idea of a canteen of serving them free food and coffee as the train stopped to get water. So again, we're on this is a water stop between Pittsburgh and Columbus. Every train was going to stop here. Volunteers came out and started giving the soldiers free food. There was a lady by the name of Lucille Neusdorfer who started this process by raising a little bit of money. Then it got so big she couldn't handle it. She brought in the Salvation Army. 8 counties participated here in this canteen. It was 24/7. You know, nobody was publishing train schedules for anyone to see, so you had to be ready at any time. Never ran out of food, never ran out of volunteers, ended up serving 1.3 million soldiers.
Isn't that amazing? Now, there were other canteens, weren't there, across the country?
The state of Ohio should be very proud. The state of Ohio had 12 canteens.
That many?
Out of all those, we're the only one left that resembles anything like the World War II canteen. The nation had over 200. We're the best example of a home front canteen. And where you are right now, we are walking and standing in the footsteps of American heroes, those that served, you know, on the home front and on the war front.
Well, I would love to learn more. If I could get a tour of the depot,
Sure.
it would be just great.
Happy
Lead
to
the
do
way.
that. Follow me.
Yes, this is definitely a railroad depot. When was this built?
1873.
It's early,
Yes.
earlier than I thought.
Earlier.
And for some reason never got torn down. So many have.
Right. The village of Denison almost tore it down, but at the very last moment, when it was one of the last and only remaining railroad buildings left, it was saved by the community. The mayor decided to save it. Little did we know, years later, it would become a national landmark. So thank goodness he saved it. But where you're standing right now, this would have been the men's waiting room. This is where you would have come in, waited for your train ride, got your train ticket, and just, you know, sort of hung out till the train came. We've made it a little bit nicer than it was at the time. We've also taken a plaque. This plaque was actually awarded to Denison for its canteen service, and it used to hang on the outside of the building. But when the building was almost torn down, the community actually took the plaque off the building and hid it in a barn until they were sure they could keep it. And they put it in here, and it actually was presented to the community for all the volunteer work and money they raised for the canteen during World War II.
Boy, that really was such an accomplishment, and the numbers are astounding. 1.3 million
1.3
servicemen
million,
served.
13% of all armed personnel. So pretty much everybody's got at least one cup of coffee from Denison, Ohio, which was named Dreamsville, USA. Might have been their last memory, one of their last happy memories from home. And the ladies here took it very seriously and thought if this is their last memory, they're going to make it the best. They also felt that if we're taking care of folks here, other people are taking care of our loved ones in another place.
To show that kind of love for those people is just really astounding.
Yeah, there is no records. We don't know the people who stopped here. We know supervisors of the canteen, but what the town did get was tons and tons of letters afterwards.
Still receiving letters, isn't that
thanking
something?
them for the service and making a point of how that changed their feeling towards the war, towards traveling, from being afraid to feeling supported. So yeah, that's what the city got, was a lot of letters.
Well, I'd love to see more of the building, maybe
we have-
the women's waiting room and some of the other facilities.
Yep, we have more to show you. Let's
Okay.
go to the women's
All right.
waiting room.
Ah, the women's waiting room, considerably bigger, nicer than the men's, which seems appropriate. Why different men's and women's waiting rooms?
It was just a normal Victorian custom that carried over to all railroad stations. This room, because of children traveling with the mother. You know, men would smoke cigars or chew tobacco, so it was sort of polite to keep them in that room and the women over here.
So the genteel here and the
Yes.
more savage
Right.
in the other room. And I understand there's some cars here that we maybe can have a look at on the interior.
I can't wait to show them to you.
Let's have a look.
Follow me. Well, Jeff, I'm really excited to show you this wing to our museum. It's where we doubled our space for kids and other exhibits. This is a children's car, so kids can climb up into a Pullman bunk. They can cook in a dining car. The back end of this particular car is full of playhouses based on the railroad shops and yards. So you can look at the engine house and put some coal into the engine, go into the clerk's office and send some telegrams. And throughout the space, we've sprinkled artifacts and educational activities. So in a very fun way, kids can learn all about railroad history. Well, Jeff, now we're entering our hospital car. This is a rare World War II hospital car. The first thing you see are the doctors' and nurses' quarters. You can see the bunks. This would have been full of wounded soldiers waiting for medical assistance or surgery. Our staff's favorite are the sandwich bags. They're 50 years old that two veterans brought back to us on the 50th anniversary of World War II. So I don't know how many people save their sandwich bags and bring them back, but they meant that much to those soldiers to bring them back. The last part of this car is set up as a 1940s living room because we really want school kids to understand, you know, what was it like to live in the 40s. You see the radio there for the fireside chats? Well, that's your TV. The rotary phone, you know, the old stove, the old fridge. This was life in the 40s. And as challenging as it was, as you know, there was rationing going on. So a lot for kids to learn there. Jeff, this is our last exhibit car, very fun, curvy Art Deco car, where we decided to put all of the other claims to fame for Denison, Ohio. And, you know, when school kids come here, we like to ask them, you know, what is your town founded for? Every town was founded for a reason. So they start to think about their own local history.
So we've seen the museum in the depot, we've seen the cars, but what are other things you do here?
Well, we have other pieces to the museum. One of our favorite pieces is the model train room, where our volunteers have used Sanborn insurance maps to recreate what Denison looked like. Because if you go outside, you will never see it as a railroad town.
No.
Most things are gone. But it was a huge 40-acre tract of land, 3,000 people working here, and the model train layout, which they can push and watch the trains operate, really illustrates that. But as far as what else we do, we are open year-round every day except for Monday. We have a railroad festival here. We do Polar Express train rides, multiple events throughout the year, food truck fest, all kinds of things. We have a website and a calendar of events that we would love to share with people. All they have to do is contact us.
There's so much to see here when people come. It's got to be a wonderful experience for everybody. It certainly has been for me.
Well, thank you. And we're always trying to make it bigger and better. So
Many thanks for the tour. It's been
Thanks for coming.
Wonderful visit.